He was magnificent, a young, red-headed lion. His grey eyes outdid his father's in intensity. His lips were blatantly sensual, his chest broad, and his body muscular. His youthful maleness was irresistible, glorious. Eleanor took one look at Henry, and saw Geoffrey no more. There was no doubt at all that her interest was returned, for as Louis rose and embraced Geoffrey, Henry's appreciative gaze never left Eleanor. His eyes were dark with desire, mischievous with intent. Lust knifed through her. She could barely control herself. Never had she reacted so violently to any man. With an effort, she dragged her eyes back to the homage that was being performed. Then watched Henry in the wake of his father, falling to his knees and placing his hands between those of the king. Eleanor was captivated. She wanted this man. Watching him, she knew, she could not have said how, that he was destined to be hers. She had waited for years to be free of poor Louis. The only question now was how to accomplish it. As wine and sweetmeats were brought and served, the king and queen and their guests mingled with the courtiers in that vast, dismal hall. Searching for Duke Henry in the throng, hoping for the thrill of even a few words with him, Eleanor unwillingly found herself face to face with the saintly Abbot Bernard, who seemed equally dismayed by the encounter. He did not like women, it was well known, and she was convinced he was terrified of the effect they might have on him. Bernard's stern ascetic face gazed down at her. "My lady," he said, bowing slightly, and was about to make his escape and move on when it suddenly struck Eleanor that he might be of use to her in her present turmoil. "Father Abbot," she detained him, putting on her most beseeching look. "I am in need of your counsel." He stood looking silently at her, never a man to waste words. She could sense his antipathy and mistrust. He had never liked her, and had made no secret of his opinion that she was interfering and over-worldly. "It is a matter on which I have spoken to you before," she said in a low voice. "It is about my marriage to the king. During all my 14 years of living with Louis, I have borne him but 2 daughters. I despair of ever bearing him a son and heir. I fear that God has turned his face from me." Her voice broke in a well-timed sob as she went on. "You yourself have questioned the validity of the marriage, and I have long doubted it too. We are too close in blood, Louis and I. We had no dispensation. The king should be free to remarry and father sons." "I will speak to him again," Bernard said. "There are indeed many good reasons why this marriage should be dissolved." Eleanor bit her lip, determined not to acknowledge the implied insult. Then she espied Henry of Anjou through a gap in the crowd, quaffing wine as he conversed with his father Geoffrey, and her heart missed a beat. Bernard saw him too, and sniffed. "I distrust those Angevins," he said darkly. "From the devil they came, and to the devil they will return. When I first saw the sun, I knew a moment of terrible foreboding," he said. "May I ask why?" Eleanor inquired, startled. "He is the true descendant of that diabolical woman Melusine, the wife of the first Count of Anjou. She bore him children, but she would never attend Mass. One day he forced her to, having his knights hold fast to her cloak. But when it came to the elevation of the host, she broke free with supernatural strength and flew shrieking out of a window and was never seen again. There can be no doubt that she was the devil's own daughter, who could not bear to look upon the body of Christ." "That's just an old legend, Father Abbot. Surely you don't believe it?" "Count Geoffrey and his son believe it," Bernard retorted. "They mention it often. It seems they are even proud of it." He winced in disgust. "I think they might have been having a joke at your expense," she told him, remembering Geoffrey's wicked sense of humour. God only knew he needed it, married to that harridan Matilda the Empress.